Hey everyone, my name's John. I'm here with Allbrite Pressure Wash, and today we're going to talk about our favorite DIY tips and tricks for homeowners who want to tackle small projects at home. We understand that not every job requires a professional, so we want to help you get great results working with what you have. We'll also talk about when it may be necessary to call in a professional. If you like what you hear, leave us a comment down below, shoot us a like, and let's get started. First and foremost, we're going to talk about choosing the right equipment. So when it comes to power washers, you have a couple different options. There's electric power washers, and then there's larger gas-powered machines. Generally speaking, as a homeowner, if you went to Home Depot and purchased a power washer, it's most likely an electric power washer. Or you can always go to the rental side of Home Depot and get a larger gas-powered machine. Either way, the thing that we want to focus on are the tips and the nozzles that you're going to use with that machine. These are going to allow you to operate for different surfaces that you may be cleaning. So they come in red, yellow, green, black, and white. First thing you want to do when you get this, just take that red one and just yeet it out of here. We're not even going to use that thing. That's dangerous, and it's going to open some issues up for you to cause a lot of damage. You might also hurt yourself. So the four that we actually want to look at are going to be your yellow, green, black, and white. Your black nozzle is for soap. So soap's also going to be our friend during this process. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but hold on to the black one, that's going to be your buddy. The next one we're going to look at is the white tip. The white tip is going to be your friend as well. It's going to have kind of an even, wider spray. Yellow and green also allow you to use the machine under pressure. However, the stream is much smaller, so it does take a little bit longer time for you to actually get some cleaning done. So all in all, while we're working on our project today, we want to make sure that we're going to keep these nozzles with us, put them in your pocket, because ensuring that you have the right nozzles will ensure that you get the best results for your project. Next up, we're going to talk about soaps and detergent, because let's be honest, cleaning with water alone is not sufficient enough for some of the tough stains. So, depending on the surface that you're cleaning, you're going to want to go to Home Depot and pick out one of our favorite chemicals that you can use at home very safely. So for instance, if you're going to be cleaning your siding, look for something that's specific to the siding. If you're going to be cleaning your driveway, you may want to look at something that has more degreasing properties for oil stains and stuff of that nature. However, whenever you're going to be cleaning, the number one rule is making sure that you're using the soaping tip. It doesn't matter if you're using a gas machine or an electric machine. If you're not using the soaping nozzle, you're not going to be able to actually apply the soap. Using the power washer under high pressure does not draw soap from the siphoning process. It needs to be using the soaping nozzle, so if you are having some issues getting the soap down, make sure you're using the right nozzle, and again, use one of our favorite solutions, and you'll knock it out of the park. When to call it professional. So DIY is great for some of the smaller surfaces around your house. We're talking about patios, sidewalks, driveways, the furniture, maybe even the shed, and maybe some siding around the property, as long as it's not too high up. But if you get into a situation where you're dealing with having to clean the siding all the way up, very high up, if you need to pull a ladder up, if you're dealing with some heavy built-up stains, or you're dealing with a wood deck, even a Trex deck, we probably recommend that you call a professional, just because there's a lot more factors at play that could actually kind of get you in trouble with those types of things. So again, we're going to focus on our easy to clean surfaces, and here we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and actually get some cleaning done. Before we get started, first and foremost, safety first. So whenever you're going to be tackling a power washing project around the home, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So make sure you got some closed-toe boots on, some long pants, something that's going to cover your legs. Same thing with your arms. You want to make sure everything's protected, covered. You also want to make sure you have some sort of eye protection. That way, in case anything kicks up, you're covered. And then you also want to put some gloves on. So we are going to be using a light chemical mixture. So whenever you're dealing with chemicals, again, make sure that you have the proper gear on. If you feel as though a respirator is necessary, go ahead and put one of those on as well. So now that we're all suited up, we're going to be tackling a little bit of concrete here today, right? This is some easy stuff you guys can do at home, your walkways, your driveways, your patios in the back. And we're going to break it down into a couple steps. So first and foremost, we're going to get our machine all set up. We're going to put a little bit of a chemical mixture down. What that's going to do is it's going to help remove some of the organic growth from the surface. That way we don't need to use as high of pressure in order to remove those stains. Remember, water alone is not enough. So this is going to be an easy maintenance type of thing for us to do. But you do want to remember to stay away from your delicate surfaces, right? Let's stay away from some wood. Let's stay away from high pressure on the siding. Definitely stay off of ladders. And concrete's the most forgiving thing. It's a hard surface, so you can kind of go at it. So we're going to get to it. And that's a wrap for today's DIY tips and tricks to help you guys tackle projects at home. If you found this helpful, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and if you feel as though this may be a little bit out of your wheelhouse, feel free to contact your local contractor. Thanks, have a great day. Happy washing!